Welcome back. When it comes to environmental stewardship, there are all kinds of challenges cattle producers face as they work to care for the land and to leave a legacy for future generations. With every one of these operations we visit, there's a common theme: the goal of leaving the land better than they found it. We now visit the Region 4 award recipients from Texas.
In the Texas Panhandle, the Turkey Track Ranch covers nearly 76,000 acres. From sub-irrigated meadows to Caprock country, this widely varied landscape has been owned by the Coble and Wittenberg family since 1916. Today, the ranch is managed by Jay O'Brien and Dale Smith of the Adobe Walls Cattle Company.
It's still in the Wittenberg family, and they're actively involved with the stewardship part of the ranch and making sure that it addresses the needs of wildlife as well as cattle.
We manage it like we're going to own it for 100 years, but then we respect that we're just the lessees, we're just the caretakers here at the time, and that we want to leave the ranch in better condition than when we started in 2009.
The work of Jay, Dale, and their crew on the ranch does not go unnoticed. The Turkey Track Ranch sees a steady stream of visitors because it includes the Adobe Walls National Monument, a historic battle site donated by the ranch owners long ago.
This particular parcel is the battle site for the Second Battle of Adobe Walls, June 27, 1874. This area was given to the museum in 1924, even before the museum was open, and we've maintained it in cooperation with the Turkey Tracks ever since. I've been coming out here for 29 years and always admired how well things are maintained on the Turkey Track.
The Turkey Track Ranch grazes both cow-calf and yearling stocker cattle. Dale and Jay keep a sharp eye on stocking rates and use a system of rest rotation grazing. This approach allows for a rapid response when drought hits.
What I'd say we've brought to the table is grass management to improve the types of grasses and the health of the grasses of the ranch. And the proudest thing to me is that we survived the 11 through 13 drought without selling any cows.
Out of 10 years, we'll have 2 to 3 sure enough dry years. And so in our management scheme, we always have to be preparing for the next drought by being very conservative in our stocking rates. If it does turn dry, we will start shipping stocker cattle sooner than later, and that'll allow the grass to recover sufficiently and establish a good root zone where when we do get rains, the grasses are in excellent shape to be able to take advantage of that.
I've spent 38 years working with the NRCS, and in my opinion, Dale is by far one of the most conscientious rangeland stewards I've ever worked with. His management's fantastic. They're always concerned with sustainability of the range resource, so that's what stands out.
Beyond drought, water is another challenge. The ranch has check dams and several large reservoirs to capture water and prevent erosion. And a full inventory of grazing resources on the ranch showed areas where additional water was needed to allow the cattle to graze more acres.
Using that map helped us to identify areas that we were underutilizing because of the lack of water. So we have gone in and we've drilled several wells, we've installed several miles of pipeline, we've installed lots of tubs, and we've worked with the NRCS through the EQIP program, and they helped us provide cost share funds to be able to do that.
Another battle is against brush. The ranch team is working to take out the invasive Russian olive to allow native grasses and forbs to thrive. Dale has also worked with NRCS to routinely capture accurate data on forage production and plant diversity.
We have 8x8 enclosures that the cattle are excluded from grazing, and every year we will take a meter square and we clip all the forage within that meter square, and then we use a formula that extracts to give us the number of pounds per acre that's been produced for that given year. So that's what we use the grazing enclosures for. And also, and probably maybe even more importantly, those grazing enclosures, they kind of they help set your eye of how much use you've had, how much the cattle have grazed the pasture.
The 200-foot transect, that allows us to monitor plant community composition. I'm talking about grasses, forbs, bare ground, and then we use the same transect to monitor brush canopy changes over time. So this is an invaluable tool for monitoring the management decisions to see whether you're improving or going the opposite direction.
On the Turkey Track Ranch, cattle have shared the ranch land with a variety of wildlife for more than 100 years now. In that time, the goal of care for the land and stewardship for the future has grown stronger.
We're constantly evaluating our actions and how they affect the rangeland, how they affect the wildlife, how they affect the cattle, how they affect our bottom line, because we have to be able to produce a sustainable profit to be in business. It's never going to be as it is today. It's either going to get worse or it's going to get better. And we're going to work hard to make sure that the range conditions are trending better over a long-term basis, and that the relationship with the family is trending better over a long-term basis, and that we are steadily improving the ranch through smart capital investments.
If the goal is to produce a sustainable profit while improving the asset, and that's our mission statement, obviously that's my hope for the turkey track, and that we'll be able to continue doing that so that cattle will continue turning grass into protein.